So, this is my strategy on how to form Prussia in Europa Universalis 4. This is the Spanish update. I believe it is 1.28, something like that. And this is how I personally form Prussia. There's lots of ways you can do it. You can form it as Poland. You could play it historically as Brandenburg. You could try to do it as the Teutons. And, you know, before the Polish update, we added the Danzig event, where Danzig becomes a vassal of Poland, and then Poland and Danzig usually take over the Teutons, which have two provinces that you need to form Prussia, Königsberg and Danzig. It has been increasingly harder to play it. Brandenburg used to be very easy because they're an elector in the HRE, but nowadays I personally think Pomerania is the easiest. You remember the HRE, which obviously technically a good thing. That now you do face some problems as Pomerania. One, of course, you're not an elector. Two, you don't have you don't start out with Prussian ideas. You should start out with Pomeranian ideas. Brandenburg does start out with Prussian ideas, so you know they can be more effective militaristically. But here's Pomeranian ideas. Their country is very underdeveloped, 38 compared to Brandenburg's 57, with about the same amount of provinces, and then of course they get Nunmark. So, I'm gonna play Pomerania. Okay, so you have a interesting start as Pomerania, as you do have an actual navy here. What you want to do is you want to get your two light ships, your barbricks, select mission, protect trade in the Baltic Sea. Then you want to get your other fleet, which is a mix between galleys and cogs. Personally, I don't like galleys because they're only effective in like the Baltic Sea, really. But then again, if you're going to war with like Denmark per se, their navy's already going to destroy you, so there's no point in having it. So what I personally do is I delete all my transports. That saves you some fleet maintenance. And then what you do is you get your galleys. You split them up into 1 stacks. You go to Denmark. Go to economic actions, and you sell ships. You can, they won't buy 3 ships, but they will buy 2. So, you could sell them 2 galleys for 10 ducats, so that could give you a slight boost to your economy. Then I just disband the rest of these galleys, so you have the 2 barbricks protecting trade in the Baltic Sea, and this other one, you could set it to hunt pirates, because it's at least doing something and not costing you too much in fleet maintenance. So next thing you want to do is you want to go to the trade map mode, and you have 2 merchants starting out as Pomerania. You have one transferring, I believe. Yeah, you're transferring in the Baltic Sea, as well as transferring in Saxony. Your main trade cities in the Lubeck trade node, which could become very valuable later on in the game. What you want to do is you want to collect trade and move your guy from Saxony to here. You're earning roughly like 0.5 extra ducats from that. Next thing, diplomatically, you want to ally with Poland. Most of the times, Poland will never straight out ally you at the beginning of the game, because they only have 24 opinion. Brandenburg, same thing. So what you want to do is you want to royally marry them. Now for your rivals, you want to set your rivals to Livonian and Teutons, and then you're going to wait until December to set Brandenburg as your other rival. That way it stops the AI from banding together, because usually Teutons, I always have seen them ally Livonian, sometimes seen them ally Denmark, and if they ally Hungary, you probably need to restart. That's pretty bad RNG. But militaristically, you have 1 cavalry and 5 infantry. Just build 3 infantry. That will build up your force limit. That will also satisfy this mission. And, you know, your nobility is at 80% influence. So you can't really, you know, grant generalship. What you want to do is you want to give ruler military command. He's alright, and I believe he's pretty old already. He's about 44. Worst case scenario, he dies in battle, and you get a regency. Or it will actually be a queen regency, because of Poland. You want to focus military points. You want to get this Herbert von Walsgard. I believe he is a scripted one. So you should most of the time start out with him. No particular one you get, but of course I recommend you get a level 1 guy, because your economy can't really afford anything else. So as soon as you can, send an alliance offer to Poland, because you want to beat Brandenburg to it, because if Brandenburg allies with Poland, you're done. Because they rifled you, they'll give a -50 modifier of you. Then you, most of the time, can ally with, like, Durstmarschen, Lünebeck, and oftentimes Mecklenburg tries to ally with you. Sometimes you could be lucky enough to destroy them, but of course you're going to focus all your military efforts on the Teutons. Okay. So we're going to let this go ballet for 3 days. So we entered a agreement. We're really married. And we're going to try to ally with Poland. Now, this is kind of a bad sign, because sometimes they'll automatically ally you after you really marry them. Saxony is usually a good ally too. So here's the bad thing. I didn't make it before Brandenburg. So what this means is I'm going to have a negative modifier. But it's not so bad because I didn't rival them at the start of the game. Until the 12th of December. Of course, just try to ally with some of these miners who will help you at least in a defensive war. Then you want to, as you can see, Teutons are allied with the Livonian Order, which is completely fine. Mission fulfilled. This default mission tree, by the way. Want to unite these guys in one army. How many? And you might have to lose some Diplo points here. Oh, I was lucky enough to get Bohemia as an ally. Sometimes you could get them as an ally. All my test playthroughs, it's been 50-50. Bohemia is a good ally to get. I don't think I'm gonna get Poland as an ally, which is pretty bad. But I think I'll be good. So, and then you also, if you want to save some money, put army maintenance down a little bit, not the full way, because it takes forever to boost back up. So I'll put it at about 50%. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to play the waiting game until 1449. So I can't get Poland as an ally now, because I am allied with Bohemia. But I really don't want to dissolve my alliance with these guys. So remember, don't set Brandenburg as a rival yet. Because sometimes the AA will band together. You don't want that to happen. As you can see, you start out with no forts. 2, which kind of sucks. We're earning a solid 1.55 ducats. Obviously not the best, but I need that prestige. And also, sometimes if Poland doesn't take Lithuania as a junior partner, it would be decent for you just to eventually declare war in Poland. Oh, now Poland will actually ally with me. So I have 2 decently strong allies, and about 3 pretty small allies. But this should make you a formidable opponent against the Teutons. Okay, and about 48. I'm gonna start building a spy network. You want to be careful when you set your provinces of interest, and when you fabricate claims, because if you do it too early, the AI will try to get in a better defensible position. We're earning nearly 2 ducats from trade. Oh, this is interesting. 47. Lithuania is still not. It's a personal union. Waited until about October of 48 to start a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna start improving relations with Bohemia. Bring back my guy from Poland. Like I said, Livonian Order, out of all the tests, out of all the games I played, always allies with the Teutons. As you can see, they're trying to improve relations with a bunch of people, most of which don't matter. Even if they won't even get Silesia as an ally, since, of course, they're a puppet of Bohemia, who is my ally. And I'm not gonna lie, this kinda depends on RNG. Build spy network. It's 48. August. A lot of this does depend on RNG, but out of all the things, I think this is the easiest way I saw it so far for more intermediate players to form Prussia. Since you actually do start out with the Prussian culture. But as Pomerania, you need an extra province for Prussia that, if you play as Brandenburg, you don't need. That's Ermland. You need Ermland. Okay, so it's 49. We have to declare the exact day before Poland in the Danzig event pops up. I'm gonna slow down here because we're in June. We're in August, so I'm going to start boosting up military maintenance. And nearly all the time, Poland will join in to the Teutons, and they really have to, because you're so screwed if they don't. Unless you get Bohemia. I never really got Austria as an ally during this war, but mind you, this is the most important war when you're trying to form Prussia as Pomerania. So you want to claim Danzig in November. I'm gonna call back my guy. Okay, so maintenance is about fully restored. Alright, so we're getting into December. Here's the moment. Right? So 11, 12. Get ready to declare war. As the people won't join in yet. Wait, get ready to pause. Declare war on Danzig. And now say your provinces of interest for Danzig, Ermland, and Koenigsberg. And see, Poland will call to arms. You promise land, it's okay if you give them some land. Especially since you say your provinces of interest, they will probably not take it. And you want to try to occupy these provinces as quickly as possible. Let the AI take care of most of the wars. And by the way, your navy is most likely going to get destroyed here. If it doesn't, that's fantastic, but it most likely will be. So we need to siege Koenigsberg, and then get Ermland. As you can see, we're sieging pretty successfully, and the Livonians are right there. But they most likely aren't going to go after us. Try to go, yeah. The Livonian army is about to get wiped. And a lot of this, like I said, yeah, it's all about relying off your allies. If you don't, it's going to be real tough winning this war. They're going to try to seize my provinces. As long as they don't siege everything, especially your capital, you should be good. Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, they're... I don't know where that... Okay. And yeah, the Livonian Order is getting destroyed. If you can peace out with them, that'd be great. Because I don't want anything of them, just white peace. Try not to get greedy with these peace deals either. I'm gonna set a no. Okay. So set there. Now no, I'm not coming back there. Okay, that's simple battle. So I'm occupying all the provinces I need. I need Koenigsberg, Ermland, and Danzig. You could kind of be greedy with this if you don't care about a coalition. I try to avoid it. Coalition between Livonian and Teutons would be okay because they won't declare on you. If you keep Poland as an ally, of course. Watch your AE, especially since you're in the HRE. Or win the war right here. Okay, a few more ticks. Okay, they will accept, but I do want to get money out of this. Can I take another province? Lithuania won't form that. And Riga doesn't matter either. So you could take the risk of taking Memel. I'm not. I'm just gonna try to get as much money as I can out of this peace deal. And of course, you'll loot the provinces. There's some loot in that province the most. Oh, sometimes you do get an event where you get a 100 tradition general. He's usually a 1-star though. At least it's Pomerania. Okay, so we got the max I could get out of that. And they would accept a peace deal with that. Ooh, I could actually take those provinces. Can I take that one? I could. Livonia will peace out. Of course, I can't really demand anything of them. Maybe money. So with, okay. No. Good. Now who's that occupied by? So, of course you have to realize too, who will be transferred to. Occupied by Poland. Pomerania. I'm gonna take the risk. It does look a little bit Bordeaux, but... So that's how you get the required provinces you need. And once that's done, you know, you get reformed, turn into Prussia, and you basically just blob out. One warning, though, if you do form Prussia, you do get kicked out of the HRE. My king just died. But, you know, you could keep conquering the Teutons too, if you ever have the chance. I would take as much as you can from the HRE before piecing out. Lithuania warned me. Well, just some rude relations. Remember, just be careful with the coalition, especially early game. Most likely they won't declare it because you're allied to Poland, and in my case, Bohemia. But always wise to just be careful.